What's going on, guys? Arrow here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Now by now, I'm sure you guys know that Super Mario 3D World is finally coming to the Nintendo Switch next month. After Nintendo started porting a lot of their old Wii U games onto the Nintendo Switch, people have been asking for Super Mario 3D World for the longest time, and the Switch released back in 2017, so it's crazy how it took them 4 years to finally bring this game over onto the Switch. But yeah, it's only going to be a matter of a few weeks before we finally get this game in our hands, and this is definitely one of the games that it looks like they actually put a lot of time into in making sure that this game feels a little different, because there's actually an entire new mode inside of this game called Bowser's Fury, which is going to be completely new content, and we've actually got some information about that which I want to talk to you guys about in this video. So yesterday, video game reviewers and the media got to have their early impressions with Bowser's Fury, the brand new mode inside of Super Mario 3D World coming to the Switch, and they gave us some information about the games and their thoughts on them and just other things about how it's gonna work. So what I did was I took the time to watch every single preview and read all the articles and everything, and put together a list of like the 10 most important things that were found from their impressions, including Super Mario 3D World, but mostly new information on Bowser's Fury. So I figured I'd just make a video about that so that you guys can have all the new information right here in this one video. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing that we've got here is an improvement to the graphics. Now Super Mario 3D World does in fact look better on the Nintendo Switch than how it did on the Wii U, which of course makes sense because the Switch is more powerful than the Wii U. So I think on the Wii U the game was in 720p 30 FPS, but on the Switch now, it definitely looks like it's going to be a solid 1080p 60 FPS game. We even do have a side-by-side comparison video, so I'll have that playing during this section. It might be a little bit hard to tell though, because YouTube compression is definitely going to make this kind of hard to notice the difference, but according to the articles that I've read and people talking about it, the difference is definitely noticeable in person. So when you actually get the game and put it on your Switch and play it on your TV, you're definitely going to notice that it does look much crisp. But even looking at these comparisons, you might be able to see that it does look a little bit better on the Switch version for sure. The next thing is that the run speed of every single character has actually been increased slightly inside of the Switch version compared to how fast they ran on the Wii U, and it looks like that Nintendo made this change in order to make the pacing of all the levels and just the overall kind of fluidness of this game run a little bit better, so it's actually going to feel a little bit more smooth. I don't think you're going to be able to notice though unless you do like an actual side-by-side comparison, but the game is definitely going to feel a little bit more faster compared to how it did on the Wii U, so it's going to be easy to kind of play through the levels, and it's going to be nice because if you miss something on a level, now you're going to be able to get right back into it pretty quickly because of how fast you're going to be able to move, so that's definitely pretty nice. Of course, all the characters do still have their own unique abilities though, so like Toad is still going to run the fastest, Peach is still going to have her hover jump and all of that, but like in terms of just the base default speed, all of the characters have had their speeds increased slightly, so that's definitely pretty good. The next thing is that the menu icons and buttons have been tweaked a little bit because now you're going to be playing on the Switch, so there isn't going to be a Wii U gamepad, and so if you're going to be doing things that use the Wii U gamepad like on the Wii U, where you would just tap on the gamepad if you were kind of interested for like some area being like a secret or something like that, now you're going to have to press the R button and it's going to bring up a little cursor, and you can use the gyro controls in the Joy-Cons or the Pro Controller to kind of aim where you want the cursor to go, and that's how you're going to be able to look for secrets and other things on the levels. Now in the Wii U version of Super Mario 3D World, you were able to find stamps, which were like these special little pictures, and if you found them, you were able to post them onto Miiverse, but obviously we know now that Miiverse is unfortunately not with us on the Nintendo Switch, so if you still find these stamps, what's going to be the use for them? Well, they've actually added a brand new mode called Photo Mode, and it's basically like what you remember from Super Mario Odyssey if you played that and used the Photo Mode in that game, where you can kind of go into Photo Mode whenever you want and take really cool screenshots if you find like a cool location inside of the game, and you can post those pictures onto Twitter or just like take a screenshot of them using your Switch and then bring them over onto your computer or anything like that. And inside of the photo mode, now you can have access to these stamps and use those stamps inside of the photo mode, and you can place them wherever you want. So that's going to be like the new mode for stamps now, and like the use for stamps because of how you can't use them anymore with Miiverse. Alright, now we're moving into the new stuff with Bowser's Fury. So the first thing is that the area inside of Bowser's Fury is like a big open world type of area like how you're used to with the kingdoms inside of Super Mario Odyssey, but according to the previewers and people who did get their early impressions, it is still very clearly being run inside of 3D World's engine, and so because of that there are still some limitations that you're going to see with like the draw distance, and it kind of does make sense because 3D World wasn't initially created to be like this open world type of game like how Odyssey was. It was made to fall in line with those those linear types of 3D games like what they did with 3D Land on the 3DS, so it does make sense. But also, according to early impressions and reviewers, it looks like that this area in Bowser's Fury might actually be the largest open world type of Mario area that they've ever made, so that definitely makes me pretty excited. There's definitely going to be a lot of cool things to explore here and different secrets and things to find, so I'm definitely looking forward to playing it. Also in Bowser's Fury, it looks like that there's going to be an item bank in the lower corner, and this is going to be like a stash of pretty much all the extra items that you find while you're playing through the game. So all the extra super bells and fire flowers and boomerang flowers and all the other items that you find, all the extras are going to be stored away here. So if you ever get to a spot where you need to have a certain item, like you need the Tanuki leaf to fly over somewhere, you can definitely just call upon that item whenever you want. So it's pretty nice that all your items are going to be stored there. It's going to be pretty handy. Now, in terms of how Fury Bowser is going to work, it looks like the people who got early impressions are saying that it's very similar to how the Blood Moons were inside of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So if you played that game and you know how Blood Moons were, where sometimes you were just kind of randomly exploring or doing something and all of a sudden a Blood Moon would appear and reset all of the enemies in that area, it's going to be very similar to that, where you're just going to be playing through this game, you're going to be finding these different cat shines and getting items and exploring this area, but all of a sudden it's going to start raining and it's going to get really dark and Bowser is going to go into this Fury state where he's going to start hitting you with fire and you're going to have to try to get away from him. And basically when this happens, you're going to either try to protect yourself until he gets out of this Fury state, or you can try to find this Giga Bell, which is going to let you turn into like that big Super Cat Mario, which lets you be able to attack Bowser. So it's going to be kind of cool. I know some people did say that it can get a little bit annoying because sometimes you might be trying to find like a really hard cat shine, or you might be trying to do something really crucial to get there, and all of a sudden Bowser goes into this Fury state and you're like, the last thing that you want to have is Fury Bowser trying to kill you while you're trying to get this cat shine. But that's going to be kind of how this mode is going to work. Now, I mentioned cat shines, and that is going to be like the main part of this mode, where inside of this big open world type of area, there's going to be a lot of cat shines that are going to be hidden, and according to people, it looks like that there's going to be 100 total cat shines that are hidden throughout this big open area. So I don't think you're going to need to have all 100 of these in order to beat the mode. It's going to be probably like Super Mario 64 and most other Mario games where you only need to have like a small amount of them in order to beat it. I'd imagine maybe only like 40 to 50 that you need to beat the whole Bowser's Fury mode, but if you are a completionist who really wants to try to get all 100 of them, it's going to be pretty fun. And according to people who are taking predictions and kind of estimates from how the gameplay is and all of that, it looks like if you want to try to 100% this mode and try to find every single cat shine, all 100 of them, it looks like that this mode could take you approximately 6 to 7 hours, which definitely seems pretty good in my opinion for an add-on to a Mario game. 6 to 7 hours to 100%, it is definitely really good, but I'd imagine even if you're just playing it and trying to beat it, 3 to 4 hours of gameplay is definitely there. So for a small add-on in terms of a Mario game, I'm definitely pretty satisfied with that. Now, I'm sure you've noticed, but as you're playing through this, Bowser Jr. is going to be following you around, and if you do decide to play this with multiplayer, then one person gets to be Mario, the other person gets to be Bowser Jr., but if you're playing by yourself, then Bowser Jr. is going to be following you around, and you can kind of ask him to look for things with his paintbrush, and like you can ask him if you kind of think that there's something hidden behind something, that you can ask him to go there and kind of swipe at it, and you can try to find little secrets and things that could be hidden. And what's cool is that you can actually toggle how much you want him to help you, so if you really want to be kind of on your own and just explore everything and not have him assisting you all the time, you can just turn him off and not have him help you. But if you really want him to kind of point out everything and all the little secrets, you can have him be really helpful as well. So I think it's nice how they're letting you have that choice. And finally, it looks like that the online multiplayer inside of 3D World is actually going to be pretty good. We've got gameplay here of 4 people playing it online, and the connection does seem very smooth. It doesn't seem like there's any stuttering, so it seems like it's going to be pretty good if everybody does have some decent online connection. Though, according to some people who did get early impressions of this, they did say that if one person does seem to have not that best of internet, then it seems like everybody else is going to see some stutters and some drops. So it looks like that everybody needs to have like a very solid internet connection. So if all of your friends do have a very solid internet, then it looks like that you're going to be able to have a pretty fun time with this. But if one of your friends is like really far away and doesn't have really good connection, it might be a bit of an issue. But yeah, there you go guys, those are the 10 new details and features about Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury coming to the Nintendo Switch very soon. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to click that like button and also comment down below and let me know what you guys think of this. Are you guys excited for this game? Are you excited for Bowser's Fury? Are you going to be picking it up? Did you already play it on the Wii U? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Mario content in the future, so definitely be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at @ActualArrows so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.